Hi guys, my case study presentation will be about a kiddo who I'm going to call Will. He's 6 years old and he will be a first grader at Hawthorne School here in Missoula. Will has two younger brothers, one is 2 and one is 4. He loves to help out at home with his youngest brother. He enjoys taking on that big brother role. He has an older sister who is 8 who is not living in the home currently. Mom does not have custody of this daughter. Mom had moved from Lolo with the kids to Missoula. She moved in with her father, so Will's grandfather. Beth works as a housekeeper, so she works long hours to support the family since she's a single mother. But luckily she has her father who will take care of, child care and watching the boys during the daytime while she can work. Beth also has a sister who comes and goes in and out of the house living with them. It's not really consistent. It's kind of when she needs it, and it's a big change in the house at times. Beth's sister also has a 2-year-old daughter, which adds to the chaos of having 4 kids in the home, 6 and under. So Will's father, Raymond, has not been in the picture since February of 2013. For the 6 years that Beth and Raymond were together, they fought a lot. Alcohol is a big problem for Raymond, and Beth gave him an ultimatum to either quit drinking or to leave. He was not able to quit drinking, so he was ultimately kicked out. One time he was supposed to be watching Will, and he passed out drunk, and Will cut his finger on a knife that was left out in the kitchen and had to have his finger sewn back on. One time during a fight, objects were being thrown by Raymond, and it hit Will when he was 1. So there was a lot of tension the whole time Raymond and Beth were together, and Will has witnessed a lot of this and a lot of traumatic events. So Raymond and Beth had a parenting plan together. Raymond had supervised visits every 2 weeks, but they weren't ever consistent and he couldn't keep them. So after he missed Will's birthday in 2013, everything was completely cut off. Raymond has recently started receiving Social Security, but Beth has not received any child support for that. Beth mentions that Will is her hardest child. She calls him her problem child. He's very high energy, which is hard to control at times. What she does sometimes when he's getting too out of control or he's getting angry, she has him go out in the backyard and he runs a few laps and then it helps him calm down. Will has also began engaging in aggressive behaviors towards other people. He purposely does things to aggravate his 2-year-old cousin. Mom said she thinks it was because his aunt, who's his cousin's mom, yelled at him, and that's kind of when it all started, so he might be doing it in retaliation to that. He has not hurt himself, and she doesn't think he will, but he has acted out aggressively towards other people. He has previously seen a private practice therapist who believed him to have oppositional defiant disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but he was never diagnosed with her. He has recently been diagnosed with ODD with our agency, and the family will be receiving family-based services for 6 months to a year at least. And this will help, Will work through the anger from everything he's witnessed in his life and help him learn how to express his emotions better because he hasn't been able to before. So I just want to let you know the strengths we see in the family. The family's really close. Mom is willing to help her child and is willing to do therapy and things. So she's very open to treatment. She was able to stand up for herself and get out of her toxic relationship because she knew it wasn't safe for her or her kids. And the family's really involved in the community and likes to get out and do things. So they have a good support system. Weaknesses, they are a low-income family. Mom works a lot of hours to support the family on her own, so it kind of makes it hard for mom to be around the kids, you know, too many hours of the day. Raymond is not a good figure in their life, but Will has been mentioning a lot recently that he misses his dad. So that's kind of a hard point because he wants his dad there, but it's not good for his dad to be there. So we put together 3 goals for treatment for Will. One would be that he will decrease prompts required for expected behavior. So what we would do is help Coach Lillian on how to prompt Will better, to get him to do the things that he needs to be doing, and working with role modeling appropriate ways to respond to prompts. The next goal is that Will will be able to correctly identify emotional states, because that is something he struggles with. You know, a lot of emotions going on, and it all comes out as anger because he can't express himself or figure out, you know, what he's really feeling. So we will help him learn how to express himself and kind of understand those emotions better. And then the third goal, because he did struggle with bullying and positive relationships, would be to help him develop positive relationships with peers and adults. So we kind of just check in about bullying at school, you know, role model appropriate boundaries with adults and peers, and, you know, really get him out in the community and more comfortable with that. So with this, I know my case study was about Will, but obviously as a 6-year-old, it can't just all focus on him, so a lot has to do with the family and what mom is willing to do, and, you know, all the support they have. So yes, that is my case, and I hope that all made sense. Have a great rest of your summer, guys.